First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I know it's not the best weather, but it's actually a lot better than it could be. So thank God for that. Appreciate you guys coming out. We have a really good number of young men that have signed with us that came out, and I'm extremely excited to introduce them to you here later today. There's a couple of special people here that I want to introduce to you real quick, and everybody knows who they are, but you rarely see them out in public, and you rarely get them out together. But two of the greatest running backs in the history of Wayne State football came out tonight to support us, and if they could stand up and we could get away from them there in the back. Josh Rennell, stand up, Josh. And Joik Bell, who's hiding behind Jaron Duhart. Joik Bell. Before the night's out, Josh, Joik, Myron, as the next running back in that great group, we can get a picture of all three of you guys with the shoes. So we'll get that done. By the way, Myron, I think somebody told Joik that you said you're going to be better than him, so he's not in a real good mood. Anyway, what I like to do real quick is kind of give you an idea of what we're going to do today. Number one, I told all the recruits as they came in that they're going to give a nice speech, so they're excited for that, but we're not going to do that. We are going to have them come up and introduce themselves so you get a face with a name, and we always like to start off teaching them how to do public speaking. So we'll let them do that a little bit. We're going to have a little video that we're going to show of each guy, and we're going to have our coaches talk about that, about each recruit by position. We were going to do everybody you recruited, but Coach Reardon recruited all of Illinois, and we didn't want him to stand up here for about a half an hour. So everybody's going to get a chance to talk to you. You'll get a chance to meet our coaches. I don't think we have any coaches that you haven't met. We might have one. But coaches, if you guys would come up real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the video. After we watch the video and the coaches talk about their position, I'll give a quick talk about the whole group and how they affect us, and then we'll have the recruits come up. So if you take a look over here at the screen, you don't need to look at the coaches. They're not important. The players are important. Take a look at the screen. We'll get a chance to talk about each one. Jeff, I think you're first.
Yeah. So starting with the quarterback position this year, we signed two quarterbacks. First one's Josh Kalk out of Chippewa Valley High School. You can see his measurables there. I think elite quarterbacks have the ability to locate the football exactly where they want to locate it. They have a total control, total command over the ball. And that's exactly what Josh showed us when he came to camp this summer. He was exceptional, and just continued to show that throughout the season. Just the accuracy, the pinpoint accuracy is outstanding. But can also create with his feet. He's not a burner, but he's a tough runner. He's going to go get every inch, every yard that he can. And he led Chip Valley to a perfect 9-0 season in his first year as a starting quarterback. So really excited about him. And then Caleb Green is from Thornton Fractional North High School, which is south of Chicago. Very good athlete, solid speed. Kind of brings that dimension that we lose graduating Dakota Cup this year. So he has the ability to hurt you with his feet running the football. But as you can see, he can locate the ball well also. But with that athleticism, he's going to be able to compete for the starting quarterback position, but can also fill in holes elsewhere at other positions if needed.
We're able to recruit running back university here. Trayshawn Hatcher is from state champion Mona Shores High School. Long line of guys from Mona Shores that have come here. and Trayshawn's an exceptional running back. He's got the ability to make you miss. You'll see here he's got the ability to hit the home run. So we're very excited about that. But we also think that he's got a chance to get bigger and stronger and be a complete back for us. So we're excited. He hasn't lost a lot of games in his career. I'm not sure he's lost any in the last 2 years. Our running backs that we were able to recruit are actually rated the top 62. Both of them are in the top 60 in the state recruits. Myron Harris is the other running back. He's here tonight. Myron was the county MVP, and I think his college career, his last 2 years, he was 23-1. So he's won a state championship as well at the Division II level, and he's, as you can see here, he's extremely powerful, has the ability, a little bit of Joik Bell in him, run through tackles, make people miss, and I think he's about 213 pounds. I think when Joik was playing, he was about 205, so he might be a little bit bigger and stronger than Joik was at the time. So we're very excited about both these young men, and as you can see, they continue the tradition of great running backs here at Wayne State.
All right, now moving on to the wide receiver core. We got a chance to go out west side of the state. Eli, a dad from Rockford. Eli's a complete receiver. Obviously losing Derice Roberson, a lot of production there. And you see a lot of the things that Reese brought to the table in Eli. First and foremost, he's an elite route runner. The highest route running grade I've given a high school receiver coming out my entire career. So again, just a guy who can really run all routes, be productive. He can take a 5-yard pass, take it all the way to the house. And again, he tracks the ball really well. Obviously, when it comes to receivers, it's running routes, it's the athleticism, but the ability to catch off-kilter footballs is an ability that not a lot of people evaluate all that well, and Eli is definitely great at that. Another elite receiver, Harrison A.J. Terry, out of Davidson, state champion this year, and had an outstanding year. A guy that played on both sides of the football. At the end of the day, just an elite athlete all around. He runs really good routes. Again, he was right there with Eli in terms of his route running grade. A guy that'll take, again, a 10-yard pass all the way to the house. Has that elite playmaking ability as well, which is nice. And again, when you lose a guy like Derice, you want to replenish the cupboard a little bit, and AJ definitely gives us that. And again, a guy that comes from a program that knows how to work. He's a tough, hard-nosed kid, and definitely a guy that we're really excited to have in the program and should be able to compete right away.
Nathaniel Eberly Rodriguez, big guy, 6'5", 235. One of the guys you want coming off the bus first. Very versatile, athletic. He's a multi-sport athlete, being all conference in football, basketball, and baseball. Very good at catching the ball away from his body. And my favorite part about him was just the physical ability, and not only the run blocking, but as you can see there, he does not go down after the first hit. So that's what popped off at the tape, is that he loves the game of football, and not only is he an asset physically, but also academically with a very high GPA. And the first time I met him, he just jumped off as a leader, someone who's going to impact the locker room positively and, lead by example, yes, but also be able to pull a guy to the side and make sure that he's doing the right things. So very excited about him, and he's definitely going to be a warrior and help the culture.
This offensive line class, holy smokes, it's as good as we've signed here. Let's start with Blake Bustard, state champion. He fits our profile now. He's going to study engineering. He's a 4.1 student. He's long, he's big, he can run. Everything we look for in an offensive tackle. Best thing about it, he's only still 17 years old. I think there's a incredible ceiling for Blake. Next will be Charles Wesley. Charles is here tonight. Won a state championship as a junior. Coach alluded to 23-1 the last couple years. Charles is extremely versatile. He played tackle for him the last 2 years, but has also played center. We see him as an interior prospect. But the thing I love about Charles is he's going to bring the culture of the weight room, of the work, and then that physical culture. You can see he's a finisher. He's not going to stop blocking until he gets that guy in the ground. And I couldn't be more excited to get my hands on Charles. Next prospect, or next signee here is Tyler Schompert. Tyler's out of Olmsted Falls, Northeast Ohio. We've been down there recruiting a couple guys the last few years. I know they do a tremendous job training their offensive line, and he's the first one we've gotten signed. You can see there, he brings that physical element as well. He is a nasty football player. Again, a guy that wants to finish you to the ground. Got great hips, got great feet, got great range. I see him as an interior prospect as well, and he really fits us at guard. Jelani Harbor's next. Jelani Harbor is a interesting story, as he just transferred up right before football season. He was down in San Antonio, Texas, big 6A school down there. Hadn't played a ton of football. He was actually on the JV as a junior and just growing into his own. But he is the prototypical guard for us. He's got tremendous length and great feet to be an elite pass protector. He's got the range to block our 38, 39, our outside zone play, and the hips and the power to block gap scheme and block inside zone. Another guy that fits us, he's going to study biomechanical engineering. Abe Ahmad. Abe's here tonight, right down the street from Fordson High School. And if you've watched Fordson play, you know they're going to bring a physical presence, and Abe was the leader of that. If I had $1 for every time I saw Abe at camp, I'd pay off my house. He's a guy that absolutely, positively loves the game of football, loves being an offensive lineman, and he will bring that culture and continue that culture here at Wayne State with the Fisk. Couldn't be more excited about this class of offensive line, part of just a tremendous legacy.
Defensive lineman Shane Veith. Shane is a young man who has an unbelievable motor. When you talk about motor in the defensive lineman, this is a guy that will not quit. He plays with such great effort and intensity that he's almost impossible to block. We're very excited about him. We saw him in a camp early last year and couldn't believe how fast he was for a defensive lineman. Really, I always compare him to Joey Bosa, just because he's unblockable at times. So we can't wait to get him out there and see what he can do. Amari Hampton's a young man from Phillips Academy. Phillips Academy played their opening game last year here at Tom Adams Field against Cass Tech, and that was a big win for Phillips Academy, and the big reason was number 24 coming off the edge, Amari Hampton. Amari has the athletic ability to play linebacker. There you can see he's playing here at Wayne State. He has the ability to play linebacker because of his speed, but with his length, he's going to become a great pass rusher for us. So we can't say enough about how excited we are about him. He's also an outstanding student.
All right, at the linebacker position, again, you'll notice that we've recruited a plethora of linebackers. Again, that's a position of need, and again, we need good athletes there. Starting off with Dante Reed, big, physical, athletic young man. He wrestles at 195, runs track. Rangy, athletic, good feet, good burst, good acceleration, and he will come down and hit you. And again, like I said before, we're bringing in a plethora of linebackers just because of the guy that we lost. We want to find the next Leon Eggleston and put as many of those guys out there as we possibly can. Coach Duhart talks about nickel all the time, and shoot, we don't need no nickel, we need more backers out there. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish. The next young man, Mike Smith, great kid, great enthusiasm, infectious personality. Mike is here right now, as you can see. Again, I see him grown into a leader. Again, he's outgoing, good burst, good athlete, And again, all the guys that we brought in this class, have great athletic ability. That's the first thing that we look for, guys that can run to the football, guys that will run to the football, guys that have a great motor and love the game of football. But again, this young man right here, in fact, he's already in the Gillum family. He came from Chicago today, and I believe he is staying with Blake tonight. The next guy, Cole Price, right here from Catholic Central High School, Detroit Catholic Central High School. Again, Cole is a long, rangy athlete. Played both sides of the ball, played safety and running back. And again, as Cole came in, we see him, every time we see him, he just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It looks like he's already gained about 10 pounds and 2 inches already. So his growth is off the chart. And we think that he is going to grow into outstanding linebacker. Again, has great ball skills as he plays safety in his high school career. Also running back, great feet, great nose for the football, and has the athleticism to get out and cover and do the things that we need to do out in space. But again, like I said, does it all, and he has done a lot of those things on our field. The next young man, Blake Gillum, right here from Allen Park High School. Again, another great kid, infectious personality, great motor, loves football. And Blake is a guy that we had in camp. It did everything. Just very, very impressed with him in camp. He came in and loves football, and we fell in love with him in camp. Just did everything right, and I was just he and Coach Callie had a great relationship, and I was able to get involved in that, and just glad to have him on our team. The next young man, Nick Potenza, younger brother of our freshman quarterback, Frank Potenza. Again, comes from a great family, and Nick is here also. Great young man, tough, physical, aggressive, played running back and linebacker. And again, we think that he could probably do both of those things here for us, here at Wayne State. But again, we keep the best athletes on defense. So Myron, some of you offensive guys, I apologize for that. But no, I don't apologize. Okay, defense wins championships, so we're going to keep the good guys on defense.
We saved the best for last here. We have the just about last, I would say. Defensive backfield here, starting off with Miles Harris. Miles is a 5'11", 190-pound safety from Chippewa Valley High School in Clinton, Michigan. Miles made the dream team here in Michigan. He's one of the leaders on a 9-1 conference championship team. Had an outstanding year. Did a great job at not only as a defensive back, but also as a return specialist as well as a receiver. One good thing about Miles, or big thing about Miles, is not only is he a good downhill hitter, but he also has good ball skills. Great guy to have in the backfield playing the center field. The next guy is Brayton Verdevale. Okay, Brayton is a 6', 170-pound safety from Hudsonville, Michigan. Okay, the same school as our senior all-conference safety Kyle Toker came from. Okay, Brayton shows a lot of good ball skills, has good range as a safety, and again, comes down and makes a sure tackle. Okay, next guy is Tim Kiesaday. Tim is a 5'10", 170-pound safety from Springboro, Ohio. Okay, Tim was a two-way performer at his high school, played running back as well as defensive back. A very aggressive young man, very aggressive player. Comes down, really attacks the ball carrier, does a great job of wrapping him up and getting him down. Very active in the backfield, in the defensive backfield. Has a great nose for getting to the football, and once he gets there, knows exactly what to do. Okay. Tim is, again, a great athlete that played both ways. Next is Justin Siggers. Justin is 6'2", 185-pound corner from Franciscan High School in Parma Heights, Ohio. Okay, excellent press corner. A guy that can step up there and get in the face of the receivers, get after them, has good feet, quick hips, and able to change direction and get up and challenge the receivers as they come off the line of scrimmage. He has good change of direction, a good burst when he's attacking the football, great ball skills. Again, an excellent tackler, a guy that can come up and make the short tackle. David Green, a 5'10", 175-pound corner from Fractional North High School in Calumet City, Illinois. Okay, has great speed and great change of direction, good burst, outstanding athlete that also plays on offense and return man on the special teams. Okay, because of his versatility and the things he can do on offense as well as defense, they call him Slash, a guy that we're excited about having and know that he'll be able to contribute for us not only on defense but special teams as well. Okay, the last guy is Carday Johnson. Carday is a 5'9", 180-pound corner from Chippewa Valley in Clinton, Michigan. He was a starting corner on, the conference championship team that finished 9-1 this year. A very, very quick player that has good ball skills. I had a chance to watch and coach him in our camps this summer. Did a good job of getting around the football and breaking on the ball. And after watching film on him this past season, again, excellent tackler, a guy that can come downhill and do a great job of wrapping the guy up and getting him down. Okay, that's our new defensive backfield. Again, looking forward to coaching those guys. They are extremely talented and extremely physical players out there. Thank you.
All right, and we do have our specialists coming up as well while Coach pulls up the film. All right, so Max Fisher, again, a very complete specialist. And you'll kind of see off the film, the nice thing about Max is very consistent in his mechanics. Again, specialists are in a position that are kind of left by the wayside at times in high school. But a kid that you see has been coached, retains information, is just a very consistent specialist. Has a big leg, but also very accurate. And there's Jeremy, again, a young man that we had a chance to see in person. And again, he's also very accurate, but the first thing that you really notice is he has a very powerful leg. Should be able to come in and compete right away for the starting specialist position, whether it be punting or kicking. A young man that can do both. And again, it's very accurate, but the power in the leg is just the first thing that you notice. As soon as he makes contact with the ball, you can't help but to notice just that boom of the football as it launches. But again, a young man excited to get a chance to work with. Again, whether it be punting or kicking, a young man that can really do both. But again, specialist was a big area of need for us this year. It felt like we really attacked that position. Griffin out of Saugatuck, again, an outstanding specialist for us. Again, another young man that we felt that could really come in and compete right away. More of a kicker, I believe, but again, a guy that can do both. Very versatile in terms of the specialist position. Again, powerful leg, accuracy is very high. Again, when you evaluate the film, you can just kind of see in the mechanics, it's consistent. I mean, good follow through. The kid is going to be someone that we're going to have to really evaluate and give a shot early on to. Ivan Hernandez, a young man who is here as well. Now, the first thing to notice about Ivan, we did have him for the workout as well. And I don't know if he missed a single kick all day long. Super accurate, super accurate, super accurate. Fun fact, I ran into something I've never seen before with Ivan. He kicks right and punts left, which again may sound a little bit odd. Again, I've never run into it before, but a guy that'll give you some different things. When you're talking about special teams, just having small tweaks and twerks that you can use in your scheme can really help you win a football game. And just the ability to punt left-footed, again, he brings something a little bit different to the table. But again, a very accurate specialist and a young man we're excited to have.
All right, how about we give those guys a hand? Great job. So as I wrap up the class and kind of talk about it a little bit more, I will say this. You see on tape there's talent. Obviously, they're very talented young men. And we stand up here and we rave about these young men, and we feel like their future is unbelievably bright. But I think that Josh and Joik will tell you, you always come in here with some acclaim because you were the best at your school. You're going to get here and everybody's going to be good. Everybody you see is going to be good. So it's going to be a matter of how hard you're willing to work, how hard you're willing to push yourself, and not worry about what the other guy's doing, but trying to improve yourself. And that's what's going to make the great players. That's what's going to make you from a great high school player to a great college player. So we're looking forward to that. Like I said, the future is so bright. By position, we talk about the offensive line. We're bringing in offensive linemen that aren't just going to come in and be depth pieces. These are guys that are going to be leaders. They were leaders at their high school. They're going to be leaders on this football team. And they're going to push the guys, and they're going to push them quickly. And learning from Coach Wooster, they got a chance to really just take off. And I think we have All-American potential in that group. We talked about tight end. We have really good tight ends on the team. We have 3 really good tight ends on the team. Nathaniel is a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit more talented than everybody that we have. Now, how hard he works is going to be, the difference. I will say this, as you watch the tape, he looks like Gronk, and that's a pretty good comparison. The wide receivers, we're replacing Derice Roberson. It's hard to replace a legend, and he was a legend. The guy runs under 4.3 every single time he runs a 40, and I think he had 9 touchdowns in the last 5 games. Willed us to win at times. But we've got a couple young men, and A.J. Terry was here a little bit late, but he got here in time for me to talk about him. He played for Jake Weingarts. Jake Weingarts was a captain here, I think my first or second year. Played a couple years for me, and he's the head coach at Davison. And we've talked offense quite a bit, and he recommends AJ as highly as anybody can be recommended. And if Jake Weingart says you can play and that you're the kind of guy that I want, you're the kind of guy that I want. So we're very excited about him. On the defensive side of the ball, sorry about that. I forgot about the offensive running backs. I already talked about the running backs. They're really good. Coach talked about Josh Kolka and Caleb Green. Josh Kolka stood out at camp. We had about 3 or 4 quarterbacks at our camp that were our top guys. And after the camp was over, as we walked away, there was no question Josh was the man. He was the guy we wanted, and he was the guy that we looked at. From that point on, we were going to get him. So we were very excited about that. On the defensive side of the ball, I already talked about the defensive ends. But when you compare a guy to Joey Bosa, obviously Joey Bosa is an NFL player. I'm not comparing him to that, but when you see him play, you're going to see Joey Bosa and how he plays. So Shane Veith is an exceptional football player for us. The linebacker position, Coach talked about how we have to replace quite a few guys. He mentioned Leon, but we also lost Ryan Smith. We lost Quentin Taylor. Who else did we lose? There was at least 1 or 2 more. So we signed 5, 6 guys with the idea that 3 of them are probably going to have to play. We have great linebackers. Julius Wilkerson, he had a fantastic day in conditioning today. Brandon Tuck-Hayton, he was a second-team All-League linebacker for us this past year. And Nico Mosley got 1 start when we had injuries at the end of the season. That start won us the shoes. So we got some guys that can play, but we got some guys to fill in those other positions and the guys to grow into those positions. And then in the secondary, last year we signed 8 guys in the secondary. And this year we signed 5 guys in the secondary. And the whole idea was to win a championship, you've got to be able to defend the pass. You've got to be able to defend the quick score. The guys that we brought in, they're going to be impact guys. And I've compared them with other guys that we've had in the past, and it's a great comparison. And I know they say comparison is the killer of joy, but when I compare these guys to our previous guys, it's pretty joyful. So I'm very excited about this class. I will finish it up with the kickers. Why bring in 4 kickers? Why do you bring in 4 kickers? Because we had a freshman kicker last year, And in the middle of the season, he decided he didn't want to play football anymore. And that's a tough position when you only got one. Now, if any of you guys decide you don't want to play, if you don't want to play football anymore, I got 3 other guys. So it's basically you have to have depth, and we feel so much better about the guys that we brought in this year. They're outstanding students, they're outstanding athletes, they're football players, and this is a class that really I think is going to be a legendary class because that's what kind of kids we brought in this class. So now what I'd like to do is have all of our young men that are coming to Wayne State come on up here. Come on up. Over here. You've heard about them. You've kind of seen them sitting back there. Now they're going to come up. They're going to tell you their name, where they're from, and their position. All right? You guys got that? Name, where you're from, and what position you play. All right?
How you guys doing? My name is Nick Tenza. I play linebacker at Stony Creek in Rochester, Michigan, and excited to get to work. Go Warriors!
Come over here. Go that way.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Shane Veith. I play defensive end, and I'm from Dearborn, Michigan.
There you go. Good job.
How y'all doing? I'm AJ Terry. I play wide receiver, and I'm from Davidson, Michigan.
My name's Cole Price. I'm from Southline, Michigan, and I play outside linebacker.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Ryan Harris. I'm a running back. I go to Chippewa Valley High School.
I'm Charles Wesley from Chippewa Valley. I play O-line.
How y'all doing? I'm Michael Smith from Lansing, Illinois, in the Chicago area, and I'm excited to be a part of a future national championship team. Thank you.
How's everyone doing? I'm Blake Gillum. I play linebacker, and I'm from Allen Park, Michigan.
How y'all doing? I'm Miles Harris. I'm a defensive back at Chippewa Valley High School.
How y'all doing? I'm Carday DB at Chippewa Valley High School.
Carday who?
Carday Johnson, by the way.
Hello, I'm Ivan Hernandez. I'm from Gabriel Richard in Ruby, Michigan, and I'm a kicker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Abraham Ahmad. I play offensive line at Fortson High School in Dearborn, Michigan.
My name is Jeremy Terrace. I'm the punter kicker for Henry Ford out of Sterling Heights.
All right, give them another hand. Good job, guys. You can go ahead and sit down. So, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Anytime it's a Wayne State Football Futures Night, it's a great night. And when you have these guys and the future that they have in front of them, it's an outstanding night. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.